Hello, it is me, Pearl from Pearl and the Prayers, and this is Tuned in Tarot, and we are here to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy inside of self, understanding that whatever state we find this energy, we can expect to see that reflected back to us in our interactions with others, in our external environment, and if we want to see change, we do need to shift and change the energy within, and hopefully you will gain the insight that you need in order to figure out exactly how to shift so that you can start to manifest the things that you desire. So, I am sorry, YouTube. I have been absent for a week. I've really been going with the flow, and I just did not feel like doing full length readings last week. So, I took a break. I have continued to post content to TikTok. So, if you're ever missing me over here on YouTube, you can, of course, go check out Tuned in Tarot TikTok. I do try to post there regularly, and I did keep up with that okay, but I just wasn't in the mood to do big long readings last week. If you are wanting a personal reading or to explore any of the services I offer, which are many, click the link in the profile on my Tuned in Tarot TikTok account, or here the description box below. You'll find all the things that you could possibly ever wish for or need there. And if you would like to send a donation for this reading, I would really appreciate it. I'm still people, since March. My son has been in crisis, and I am still trying to come up with funding. I have shifted over into looking for regular jobs now, which is another reason why I wasn't around last week for YouTube videos, because if I'm going to have another job, I need to give a lot of time to the job search, and I probably won't be able to do this anymore. So if you want to see me, if you want me to keep doing this, you have to support my channel. Like, subscribe, share, follow, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with everybody, and please book private readings at the link in the profile. Send donations. If you want content, please support the content. That's all I can say. I won't say anything more about it, but let's continue. So I am going to do hopefully a shorter version of this reading. I'm not using 4 decks today. I'm just using 2 decks. We are going to explore the masculine and feminine energy to tune into it. And I'm going to start with a theme for each, just as a little different way of starting. But we're going to start with the masculine energy first today. And what the masculine energy is focused on right now is the engagement ring. So this is commitment. This is what's most prominent for the masculine right now. This is partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, and union. Didn't expect to see that. So this is what is on his mind, foremost on his mind. He is dealing with commitment issues, preparing to make a commitment. All of those things are very important for the masculine this week. So that's where his mind is at. Very interesting. Overall, he is showing us today the King of Swords energy. And in this image from the Tarot of the 78 Doors, we're seeing that he has opened the door and he is going in here. He appears to be in a doctor sort of position, and there is a divine feminine who is advanced in age, and she is in a wheelchair. So somebody who is needing attending to, needing care, and somebody who has been waiting a long time perhaps for this happening, for this exchange, or for whatever is going on here. So there could be some people in the collective who actually do have masculine energy with an older feminine that has needed time and attention and care. Somebody, a mother, a grandmother. We just had Mother's Day. So there could be just communication happening with a masculine energy's mother. And we all kind of went through that yesterday for those of us that have our mothers still, or our grandmothers still. So this could just be about overall, this is where the energy was for the masculine this past weekend. It's pretty straightforward. And I'm getting that feeling of the masculine just kind of dealing with day-to-day experiences, following a plan for that, speaking, communicating, being in his integrity, kind of being stand up, coming correct. There's definitely this energy of coming correct. So this is the overall energy for him right now. So Divine Feminine, we're going to take a look and see now, what does she want to focus on this week? We are seeing soulmates, soul connection, partnership agreement, and soul contract. So for me, this is just really wanting to understand the reasons for the relationships plural she has in her life, fulfilling her role in regards to those relationships, like the soul contract type deal. She could be exploring a connection right now that it feels like a soulmate connection to her. But for her right now, what is important is love and connection. That's definitely something that's on her mind. Maybe questioning, what does it mean to have a soulmate, or to not have one after wanting one for a long time. That's kind of coming up too, but that's what's on her mind. Soulmates. I've been teaching about the origins of the twin flame myth, so that feels true to me too. And I've actually committed to doing a series on that. If you haven't noticed, I've been posting the TikTok videos here to YouTube as well, and they're actually on a playlist called The Origins of the Twin Flame Myth. Last year, I started doing classes on Plutarch and Isis and Osiris, and I'm actually going to return to that. I stopped at one point because of my perfectionism. I wanted to have more background in Greco-Roman gods and goddesses, and then I wanted more background in Egyptian gods and goddesses, and so then I went and took a history of the world course, and I'm just a perfectionist, and it's terrible, and I have to stop doing that. So I'm going to return to those classes soon, but I'm working on some content right now about where the twin flame myth comes from, as well as tracing the idea of soulmates throughout a lot of different faiths, and experiences that have been documented throughout time and history. So I've been focused on that. All right, so the Divine Feminine's overall energy right now is the High Priestess. So she is trusting herself. She is guarding the inner sanctum. She's focused on her spiritual side. She's focused on her connection with the divine, on balancing out her head and her heart, on and gaining knowledge about soulmates. That's very interesting. So Divine Masculine, he's really kind of just dealing with minor day-to-day things, and Divine Feminine is really doing major spiritual work. So they're kind of in two really different spaces, actually. So that's kind of interesting. All right, so underlying all of the masculine's thoughts and decisions right now, we actually have the card of soulmates. We have the Two of Wands associated frequently with soulmates. It's also associated with spiritual journeys, searching and seeking, asking for something, waiting for it. It's got a restless energy that's a part of it. And we're seeing that there is this feminine that is stuck between two places. She's half in and half out. She's trying to pass through this door that's closed to her. And I'm kind of getting this sense that the restlessness for the masculine is that no matter what he does, this feminine energy is able to kind of break through. So if he closed the door to the relationship, it's like she still seeps through anyway. So his emotions are still kind of coming through, even if he's put up a barrier or a boundary to try to block his emotions towards this feminine, or if he's, if he doesn't know what to do anymore on this journey, it's like his feelings keep pulling him to try to face it, to try to open the door or find the key to the door. Excuse me. Divine Feminine, what's underlying all of her thoughts and decisions? We have the Chariot. So Divine Feminine, both of her cards coming out today are major cards. They're also two cards associated with soulmates, which is the card that was her major theme. Both of these cards are often associated with the divine masculine and feminine balance. And so she's really interested and concerned with that, and she's pulled in that direction. And the Chariot card is all about surrendering to that journey, just allowing the divine to pull you forward along the path that you're meant to be on, and not trying to control it so much with her ego mind, but really surrendering to the heart space. The first thing on the masculine's mind is the Nine of Pentacles, which is this energy of self-indulgence, reward, taking care of himself. It's also about being single and being independent. Now, we know that his theme for this week is about engagement rings. And if you are contemplating a commitment to someone, then you may be doing a lot of reflection upon the independence you currently have that you won't have later, or the liberties that you've taken while you've been single. So he's doing a lot of thinking about that. Divine Feminine, we're seeing the Eight of Wands. And we're seeing that she is expecting a masculine energy to communicate with her, to talk to her, to express to her. Or maybe she has experienced some communication from a masculine energy. Maybe that communication is what's causing her to think about soulmates, or think about surrendering to the journey and just going in the direction of whoever this is that has contacted her. Maybe it's an unexpected person. Maybe she associates someone with her divine masculine energy, and there's another person that's embodying this energy right now, or communicating or contacting her, and it's not who she expected. But for sure, both people are definitely thinking about the dynamics between masculine and feminine energy. I do see the masculine probably thinking about whatever is meant to be can't be taken away from me, which is what I associate with the Nine of Pentacles. And the divine feminine is very much about just going with the flow right now, trusting her intuition, trusting the divine to take her where she needs to go on this journey. In the current energy, we see the divine masculine dealing with this Ten of Wands. So this is a feeling of burdens, responsibilities, having a lot of baggage that you're carrying and wanting to put it down, wanting to share. It's interesting that we see this little child and this masculine is behind this glass. Like there is something preventing the masculine from being able to express his emotions or feelings. Like there's a stunted growth energy that's happening in this image for me. And he's feeling burdened and like he has a lot of responsibility to carry, and that is kind of keeping him from being, like, he can see what he wants but he can't get to what he wants, is coming up for me. And we have divine feminine in the Seven of Pentacles, so she is just patiently waiting. We're seeing this barren place. Usually the Seven of Pentacles is about the harvest, the bounty that comes from planting seeds. But I have a sense that feminine energy feels that she's planted seeds in a barren place, that it's not going to bear fruit. So she is kind of doubting whether or not all of the work that she's done is actually going to turn into something of merit, if it's just going to remain unfruitful. And where this is going, we see masculine here finally with his first major arcana card of Temperance. And we're seeing that the feminine is actually on the other side of this door, and she's actually balancing things out. She actually seems to be at peace, and I feel like the masculine is behind this door and really working to try to get to this peaceful place where he feels very balanced in his emotions. He's healing from a lot of the emotional upheaval and overwhelmment that he's experienced. And he's just trying to remain calm, as he does feel this calm energy coming from the feminine. The feminine, we're seeing the Eight of Cups, and in this case we're seeing this masculine energy who is refusing to get up and walk away from the spilled cups. He is not going towards his higher calling. He is stalling, hesitating, She is definitely, with that Seven of Pentacles, I'm getting a sense that she has been waiting for this masculine to return with interest in her and in pursuing something with her. And we also see a progression of the 7-8. We actually have 8-7-8 coming out for the feminine's numbers, and for the masculine, 9-10 and 14 are the numbers that are appearing for him. Clarifying the 9 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands, we're seeing the Empress and the Fool card. So 2 major arcana cards. Divine Feminine with a lot of major arcana in her reading. So for the masculine 9 of Pentacles, what is meant to be there, the Empress, the Divine Feminine, he is reflecting most likely upon an ex-spouse, on his loss of freedom that he experienced in a former relationship, and how he needed to feel free and independent to pursue his own interests for a time. And now he may also have children from that other marriage. He's also thinking of the Divine Feminine, who is single and independent and able to do what she wants, and, you know, not necessarily obligated to wait for him. And the feminine, we're seeing the Fool card, clarifying this 8 of Wands. So she is really wanting, maybe something new has started. I'm really getting a sense that there is an energy that she is contemplating. Is this someone significant? Is this a soulmate? But there is somebody that's communicating with her, and it's new, it's different, and she wants to know more about this. I can tell that she wants to know if it's okay to take a risk. I think she also would love communication from someone in her past, to have a fresh start with them. So a lot of times someone new will contact us, and it will make us wish that the person we had been focused on was the one who actually contacted us. And I feel her fearing she's being foolish and wanting the past person's attention, time, or energy. She has a lot of loyalty, but she's questioning herself, am I just being foolish in that loyalty? Clarifying the 10 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles in the current energy, we are getting the 2 of Pentacles for the masculine and the Page of Swords for the feminine energy. So for the masculine, what I'm seeing is he's really burdened with those responsibilities. He's juggling. He might be juggling children, family, work, career, and just causing him to just kind of up and down, back and forth, stuck in a loop, stuck in a cycle. And he wants to put this burden down. He doesn't want to juggle multiple energies anymore. He wants to commit to one energy. That's a very dominant theme in his reading. Divine Feminine, her impatience is definitely with watching and waiting for this masculine to step up and communicate or do something. She might be impatient with herself for having watched his social media, or for being in her own energy of spying or watching. But there's definitely a feeling that this is just watching somebody isn't going to bear any fruit. You're not going to gain anything from that. And she is tired of that. She doesn't want to be in that energy anymore. She's over it. And then finally clarifying the Temperance card and the 8 of Cups. We have that 8 of Pentacles, the 7 to the 8 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Pentacles for the feminine into the 8 of Pentacles for the masculine. And then we are getting the 5 of Swords, clarifying the 8 of Cups. So, yeah, okay. So for the masculine energy, we're seeing he's working on this healing energy. He's working on it. He's he's doing the work, which is good. He's doing the work to try to get more in touch with his emotions, as we see like a feminine energy here. So he's really trying to understand his feelings more. He's trying to heal and balance out and be in a place where he can be ready for that commitment. And I think he's also seen the feminine do the work. Interesting. Just looking at it's also tattoos, which is permanent. So for me, he's working on the idea of a permanent commitment. He's healing from a past commitment and really working on seeing himself in a committed relationship again. The feminine, she's done. She's done. She's given up. She can't think about the masculine anymore, about whether he's going to come back. Watching him has not been fruitful. Talking to him has not been fruitful. He's just not moved. He just continues to protect himself and remain guarded. And the feminine's like, okay, I give up, sir. I give up. I'm not going to try to make this happen anymore. I just give up. I'm gonna give up on this. I'm going to look at this as a soul contract that we had for a time, and I'm going to just move along in the Chariot energy. I'm going to trust my intuition and just move along. And if there's someone new communicating with me, I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to communicate with them. And yeah, I can't handle this mental conflict anymore. So I'm done like a house. All right, so let's get your advice for this week. For the spirit animals that are guiding you this week for your masculine energy. Your spirit is squirrel spirit. It says believe in yourself. This is number 57. And this is your spirit animal. So when you see squirrels this week, can reflect back upon this message, which is the unpredictability of life can shake your confidence in yourself and your potential for handling the challenges that come your way. Does the thought of not having enough or being enough make you squirrely? Have you forgotten all your strengths, wisdom, and resources? You've come so far on your wits and creativity, making use of all your potential and all that Spirit presents you to help you through life's trying times. It's time to look back on your life and remember how your needs have always been met for the highest good, even in your most challenging times. Life loves you, and so many treasures are hidden in plain sight, ready to be revealed when you most need them, so relax. Squirrel Spirit wants you to know you are poised and ready for whatever is coming next. So trust in yourself and trust that Spirit has your back. So trust that you can make that commitment, Divine Masculine. That's really what that message is saying for me. Trust that you can make that commitment. You have all you need and you're going to be fine. Divine Feminine, your spirit animal is the Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide. So another just trust in the universe kind of an energy. This is number 10 for completion. Buffalo Spirit comes to you now to remind you of the amazing manifesting power of gratitude and the extraordinary potential available to you when you adopt a mindset of abundance. The ancient people of the Americas saw the buffalo as a symbol of abundance because the herds roamed far and wide and provided so many gifts: the meat, the hide, the bones. The tribes who hunted the buffalo used every bit of them, wasting nothing, appreciative of the abundance. So too do you have many gifts available to you. Buffalo Spirit appears to let you know that you are in a powerful time of manifesting your desires, not by force or pushing, but rather by following a natural path that rises up before you, trusting that there is always plenty to go around. Whether it be love, money, inspiration, or support, it's all there for you to claim. When you are grateful, you immediately align yourself with the truth that the world is rich and teeming with resources. There is always more than enough, and you are always enough. At this time, you can expect all your intentions and needs to come into a form that is right for you. Your heartfelt gratitude is making you a magnet for miracles. Buffalo Spirit's message is to remember that you co-create your reality in partnership with Spirit. So offer up your thanks and your prayers even before you see conditions you desire, not just for yourself, but for others too. Then you will quickly see the results in tangible ways. Gratitude has the magic to grow the good, so offer thanks and praise as you acknowledge all that you have and all that is possible. I think that's interesting, because the Divine Feminine is feeling like giving up, and this card is telling her to offer gratitude for what she's received before it's even come. So rather than giving up on this situation, it start to have thanks and gratitude for its resolution. Just be like, I'm so thankful this resolved, and start to convince yourself that you don't know exactly how the resolution is going to happen, and you're not meant to. Just be, thank you so much for solving this for me. I appreciate it so much. The miracles you work in unexpected ways. I never would have thought of how that would have come together like that. Start to be in that mindset, Divine Feminine. I think it's interesting. Masculine and feminine, we literally got black and white for the colors today, and that's giving me the Chariot and High Priestess vibes. Black, for the masculine, we got the card of confidence. So this week, I want you to really be confident about that and commitment that you want to make. That's all you need to have, is just the confidence to make this commitment. Step into this new phase of your life. Think of the intense opportunity that this brings, whether to create space for newness or to cultivate courage. Confidence is not a fixed attribute. It's something that we're continuously working to build throughout our lives. This card signifies that it's the right time to start working with and enhancing your sense of self-confidence. How can you build more confidence in your life in a meaningful way? So work on confidence this week. Squirrels, buffaloes, confidence, and for feminine, we got the energy of isolation coming out for this, and this is the white card here. And for the feminine, this is the sense of stillness, moving toward a sense of calm, maybe something that you're working on or you have worked on in the past. What do you need to know to find tranquility? Being isolated can feel lonely, but it can also be tremendously healing. When you're feeling secluded, it can be a time to learn more about yourself, to dive down deep into the parts of yourself that you can't reach when you're around others, and learn the importance of some alone time. Give yourself the chance to heal and to rediscover yourself. So I feel that Divine Feminine's isolation has really helped her with that healing. I think the masculine is feeling that that's true here with her isolated on this other side of this door, but in the temperance energy of calm and healing and peace. Masculine, your energy, your advice this week has to do with being the observer. Number 49, I do think this is kind of a you're watching instead of doing a little bit. Maybe that's been appropriate for you for a while. The message is, sometimes you just can't see the forest for the trees in your way. Feelings can get all jumbled up, and often you hear one thing when a person says another. It can be like an echo of an unresolved past experience dubbed over your conversation. Take time out before you react. It's likely the other person has no idea how his or words have affected you. Take a few steps back and lend understanding to the situation. Have faith in your connection and trust that you can come together. Take to higher ground now and cultivate curiosity about what you observe in yourself, in others, and in the landscape. You will find things much improved sooner than you know. And Divine Feminine, you are getting not for you, which with your Eight of Cups card and the Five of Swords, you maybe are being called to let go of a specific outcome that's not for you. And, you know, this new connection that's coming through and communicating, maybe that's the thing that's not for you, or maybe the old connection is not for you and you're being called to embrace this new beginning and just be brave and go towards it and let the other thing go. This says some relationships carry an innate seed of failure in them that is obvious from the beginning, but the red flags escape your observation or you refuse to acknowledge them. When a relationship is not meant to be, it is not possible to make it be. Rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine. If you are the one who must reject another, remember that you do so for both your sakes. For every pot there is a lid. This one may not be the best fit. So you have to use your discernment about whether that's about the new person or the person from your past. If that's even happening. I do think that's happening because I do think there's communication that's come from someone new. Your self-care, 2 self-care activities. Masculine, you need to sync with the moon. This means get in sync with your feminine energy, your emotions, the moon cycle. Pay attention to the moon cycle. Are you in a point of releasing, or intention setting, or manifesting? Figure it out. Divine feminine, watch a movie. Kick back, relax. Watch a movie. I'm also hearing like movie of your life. Like think about your life as a movie, which can be fun and can sometimes make exciting things happen. So divine masculine, for sync with the moon, you're getting the following message. I embrace my ebb and flow, my many phases, and the cycles of my life. The moon is a powerful celestial entity that reflects the flow of our cycles and the many moon phases we go through. And the many phases we go through. Look up the current moon phase on which energy will serve you best at this time. Let me look it up. I'm going to do the work for you because I'm nice. Current, I usually know it, but I don't really know it right now. Current moon phase. We're in the waning crescent. Okay, so I looked it up for you. If you are not seeing this on the same day that I posted, just type in current moon phase and you'll be able to find it. But we are in the waning crescent, and the waning crescent says, cleanse the energy and reflect with gratitude on the cycle that's coming to a close. Okay? Throughout this moon cycle, track how you're feeling. Notice how your energy waxes and wanes and how your sexual appetite fluctuates. Also, if you are a female and in your bleeding years, track the moon phase that's present when your menstrual cycle begins and ends. This is a beautiful exercise to do over the long term so that you can see more trends in how your cycles relate to those of the moon. Be sure to keep an eye out for a local moon gathering you can join, or if there isn't one in your area, host your own. Your journal prompt is, after spending a month tracking your energetic, sexual, and other cycles throughout the moon phases, what has been illuminated for you? So spend a moon phase tracking it. Look at the ebb and flow of your emotions, and that's for the divine masculine energy. For the feminine energy, girl, watch a movie. Let's read it. I've never gotten that one before, so I want to read it. The mantra for watching a movie is, I am worthy of relaxing. Movies are a beautiful way to escape into fantasy, slip into another culture, or try on a different point of view. They can be the perfect indulgence when you need a timeout, a perspective shift, a deep belly laugh, or a good cry. Plan a night to watch a movie by yourself and journal about how it makes you feel. Treat yourself to a solo date night at the movie theater. You're worth it. Organize a themed movie night with a loved one or group and step out of reality and into a story together. What is your favorite movie from childhood? This is the journal prompt. What is your favorite movie from childhood and how does it make you feel? Labyrinth or Amadeus. I don't know. Both of those are my favorite. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope that you got the enlightenment and insight that you needed to shift your energy. Remember, this is not just about a person, it's about yourself. So go back and listen to it again and try to apply all of the messages just to you. And take the advice, the spirit animals, the oracles, all of that, and apply it just to you personally. And see, after working on your energy for a few weeks in this way, if you do start to experience change, and if things that have seemed stagnant do start to move in a direction that you are wanting them to move in. Thank you so much. I will see you all Wednesday. Take care.